A fierce critic of operations in Gaza, Turkiye President Tayyip Erdogan has issued an open threat to enter Israel. Erdogan cited earlier instances of intervention in Karabakh and Libya to make a case that Turkiye won't hesitate to do the same if the situation demanded. He said, and I quote, "We must be very strong so that Israel can't do these things to Palestine." Moreover, he compared Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to Adolf Hitler, and I'm quoting him again here, "Just as the genocidal Hitler met his end, so will the genocidal Netanyahu." His remarks drew condemnation from Israel. Israeli Foreign Minister Katz slammed Erdogan, comparing him with the former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein. Hussein's regime was toppled by a US-led invasion back in 2003. After being captured and tried, he was executed by an Iraqi court. Katz reminded what happened there and how it ended. Also, the opposition leader Yair Lapid called Erdogan's ranting and raving a danger to the Middle East. However, Turkiye isn't the only country in West Asia. Israel's also facing the heat of Egypt and Iran. After Netanyahu's warning of dire consequences for Hezbollah following the rocket attack on the Golan Heights, Iran in a statement made it clear that any military adventures in Lebanon would lead to the broadening of the scope of instability, insecurity and war in the region. Also, Egypt highlighted the risks of opening a new war front in Lebanon and said that it could drag the region into an all-out regional war. Well, our correspondent Jodie Cohen has joined us from Rana now to tell us how likely Israel is to respond to the Golan Heights attack.
Right, so on Sunday, Israel's Security Cabinet empowered Prime Minister Netanyahu and Defence Minister Gallant to decide on Israel's response to the deadly drone attack in Majd al-Shams. According to Lebanese reports, there's been an Israeli strike on 2 vehicles in South Lebanon. The IDF hasn't yet commented, but the IDF did say that they shot down a drone in northern Israel from Lebanon. Now, these could be more of the same sorts of exchanges of fire that we've seen since the 8th of October, when Hezbollah joined in Hamas's 7th of October attack against Israel. Over the weekend, Israel said that Hezbollah killed 12 and injured dozens of children in a purely civilian area in the Druze Arab community of Majd al-Shams. There are reports that the Druze have demanded a tough response from Netanyahu after they said they've been suffering 9 months of attacks. And Prime Minister said to Israel's Druze leader that Hezbollah would pay a heavy price it hasn't paid to this point. Now, the Biden administration has condemned the attacks, said they hold Hezbollah responsible and reiterated their ironclad support for Israel's security and defence. They've said that the US would continue working on a diplomatic solution to end all attacks. Commentators expect to see a significant Israeli response, although Israel has suggested that it doesn't want a full-blown war, and it remains to be seen how Hezbollah then reacts.
Well, Jodie elaborated on the fear of an all-out war looming over West Asia now that Turkey has also issued that warning for Israel.
Right, so Turkish President Erdogan has threatened to invade Israel, and the head of Israel's opposition, Yair Lapid, said that the world and especially NATO must strongly condemn Erdogan's threats and end his support for Hamas. Meanwhile, Lebanon's Foreign Minister Abdallah Bouhabib told Saudi media that he was told that Israel's response and Hezbollah's subsequent reaction would be limited. He said that Hezbollah is apparently ready to withdraw beyond the Litani River. That's the UN-recognised boundary between Lebanon and Israel. Now, this is what Israel has been calling for, as well as demanding that Hezbollah stop firing at Israel so that the 80,000 or so residents of the northern border communities in Israel can safely return home. And it remains to be seen whether Hezbollah does move beyond the Litani River, and if we're going to see an escalation across the region.